this week. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Time now for your forewarned weather.
Well, and really quickly, we're familiar with the common Bennu just because that sample, it landed here in Utah, in Dugway, and the proving grounds out there. So how cool is that? Just a little Utah twist to that story. But let's go ahead and talk about spring and talk about our snowpack, because we're doing really well. We're above average when it comes to where we should be for right now when it comes to our snowpack, snow water equivalent across the state. That's how much water you would have in the snowpack average across the state if you were to melt it all down. So right now coming in just shy of 17 inches. Typically the median peak snowpack is 16 inches, and that occurs on April 3rd. So at this point, we have an above average snowpack year, and then by this weekend we'll see some changes. So we'll likely see that number go up. But as of right now, we're sitting in a pretty good spot for most of our reservoir levels, ranging anywhere from 80 to 100% for most of our reservoirs outside of the really big ones like Lake Powell. It's still sitting at 32%, but this is still a lot better than what we saw this time last year before we got the impressive runoff from our record season last year. One place that's doing really well, Jordanelle Reservoir, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And you may even have a few folks out on the water there with the park. Temperatures at this point are mainly sitting in the 40s and 50s. Heber was sitting in the 40s just a little while ago, now sitting at 52, while St. George is at 59, right around 60 degrees. It's going to be a great afternoon. Take your dog for a walk, and I just had to show Goose again because he's such a good boy, ready to go for that walk, and Mayor will be taking Goose for a walk or maybe multiple walks today. And at any point this afternoon or evening, looks good to go. 60 through the afternoon, then temperatures still likely in the upper 50s. By 9 o'clock this evening under clear skies. Daytime highs across the state, 50s and 60s. Then overnight lows tonight will be very similar compared to what we woke up to this morning. It'll be a little bit chilly, but it's going to be fairly comfortable, especially given this time of year. So 50s and 60s across the board, an outside chance that some along the Wasatch Front could hit the 70-degree mark. But one place where we will see a 70-degree reading is down in St. George, with the high coming in right around 74 degrees. This is your high temperature trend over the next several days, and we're going to be well above average today, tomorrow, and for our Friday. In fact, Friday will have a chance to be just as warm, if not warmer, compared to what we find out there today, thanks to an increased southerly flow. We'll see some subtle changes on Thursday and Friday, and a lot of that's thanks to the high pressure keeping our weather quiet now, moving away, and it moves completely out of the way this weekend, and you can kind of see the results of that. On Saturday, still likely we'll see a temperature above average, all to see a temperature drop below average as we move our way into this weekend. So let's go ahead and begin the futurecast this afternoon. Not too much to see, and as we go into our Thursday and Friday, just a slight chance for a few spotty showers, mainly in northern Utah, as we see a little bit of energy and moisture work its way in. You can see that strong southerly flow on Friday with increased clouds, and then here comes that cold front as we move our way into Saturday, and then we see that sizable drop in temperatures on Sunday, and we'll likely hold on to active weather into next week. Most of what we'll see will be valley rain and mountain snow, but given the timing of the moisture and cooler overnights, there will be a chance that some of our valleys could see a wintry mix or snow. But if we do see any snow in our valleys, it's unlikely to be anything significant at this point. But in our mountains, we could see some pretty healthy snow accumulations. We'll keep you posted on that as we get a little bit closer. Meanwhile, in St. George, some beautiful temperatures over the next few days. Daytime highs mainly in the mid-70s, low 70s by Saturday. Then we'll see daytime highs drop to the low 60s as that cold front moves in over the weekend. Then along the Wasatch Front, mid to upper 60s the next few days, could hit 70 degrees on Friday. Then a pretty good chance for showers as we go from Saturday into early next week, with daytime highs easing down to the upper 40s and low 50s, with overnight lows dropping to the mid-30s.